Welcome back to the Stormcast, everyone. This is the podcast where we talk all things TABC sports. My name is Ali Hochberg, and I'm here live with my co-host, Oren Glickman. Oren, how are you doing today?
Well, it's great to be here at the Frisch School, Yeshivat Frisch. A big game tonight for the TABC varsity basketball Storm. Came up short the other night against Hillel, and I'll hope to respond. Hopefully, complete the improbable, sweep the Frisch Cougars to go back to being 500 in the regular season.
Listen, this has been a gauntlet of a schedule. I keep on saying it for this varsity basketball team. Last night, they faced off against the Hillel Heat, or 2 nights ago, I apologize, against the Hillel Heat. Unfortunately, came up short there, blew an 8-point halftime lead. Kiva Morgan back, Johan Weber back, and this team is trying to put everything together.
All right, disgruntled Frisch player right here on the court. All right, I hear it. You know, we're broadcasting in their home gym. They take offense to that.
Of course. So what are the keys to success tonight, Oren? How can this ABC team secure a victory tonight?
It's definitely going to go down to Akiva Morgan versus, Isaac Stepner. Morgan, I think, dropped 19 in the first game of the regular season. So that's going to be the key to the game. Akiva Morgan's going to have to step up his game. Jonathan Faber's going to have to make shots. And they're really going to have to do a good job on the glass. Shlomo Wenger in particular is really going to need to prevent those second chance opportunities for Isaac Stepner.
And again, when they played Frisch the first night of the year, opening night at home, this is their best performance of the year. They played incredibly successfully on offense. Faber was hitting on all corners, on all cylinders. Same with Morgan. Everyone was firing. Defense was great. Rebounding was great. Not in foul trouble. And they've really not been able to find that success, really, against good teams. And we're really going to need the success tonight. Because the implications, if they don't win tonight, are not implications we necessarily want to be saying on this podcast. It's going to be a little bit hard to get into the playoffs if that happens. So,
yeah, and while there'll be plenty of games left even after this one, 3-5 is not great. And at the same time, you have to think about those teams that are below you, such as Kushner, JEC, that have the easier strength of schedule compared to you. Because even after this Frisch game, you still have to play Hillel once. You still have to play SAR twice. You still have to play the all-important MTA game. So if they get back on track with the win over Frisch tonight, it really rewrites the script. They're motivated all over again.
Yeah, so I think that does it for varsity basketball. And just moving on to another team that's playing here in the Frisch School, Motzei Shabbos, is JV basketball. JV basketball beat a 4-1 Ramaz team, a not too shabby team at all. Last night, beat them by 11, I apologize. And they really look good. While you were announcing from Max Live, reliving your glory days at YU. But team looked good last night. Adams looked great. Team honestly wasn't firing on all cylinders. So what's the preview for the other undefeated team in our conference, the Frisch Cougars, when we face off here on Motzei Shabbos to improve to 6-0? What's the preview?
Yeah, 5-0 TABC Storm, 5-0 Frisch Cougars. That's going to be a hype JV matchup, and everyone's going to highlight Joseph Munoz on Frisch and Ezra Adams on TABC. Before the season started, I think TABC had early preseason expectations as a league favorite, but Frisch has had some very impressive wins. And the difference between Frisch and TABC, Frisch has been battle tested already, grinding out 2 overtime victories over a strong SAR side. So, Frisch being the home team, I think you have to make that game a toss-up. Anybody could win that night.
Exactly, and we previously provided our concerns on previous podcasts that TABC had never played a close game. Last night was the first time really playing a close game, 3-point lead hand in the fourth quarter, and they closed really well, winning by 11. So we hope TABC could carry that into it. And honestly, this team, again, has a tough schedule, going to SAR after this Frisch game. So SAR, another good team, a team that lost twice in overtime to Frisch. So again, not going to be easy. So we'll see what happens there. Any other notes about JV basketball? Thoughts?
No, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be just as good a crowd, if not better, than the crowd tonight. The Pit are known as that sixth man. So if TABC is going to come out on top and improve to 6-0 in JV, they'll really need a strong away fan section.
Most definitely. So moving on to the hockey teams. In varsity hockey, we're currently 5-2 and heading into the biggest gauntlet in our schedule. We are facing DRS, SAR,
DRS, and Frisch.
SAR, DRS.
That's a really tough stretch. So obviously we're hoping for the best, but those are 3 very strong teams that you can suddenly go from 5-2 to 500. We're hoping that that's not the case, but SAR are coming off a very tough overtime loss to Frisch.
Right here.
Blowing a 3-0 lead with only 4 minutes left in the game. So SAR are going to come out hungry, assuming TBC is their next opponent. They don't play anyone in between. And then after that, TBC has to travel out to the greenhouse on a Motzei Shabbos. Never an easy task. 2-time defending champions, no less. And then you have that Frisch home game. And even though it was SAR that won the JV championship 2 years ago, people are saying that Frisch varsity hockey is the favorite to win the league this year. So 3 tough tests. 2 of them are at home. So we're really asking for a big pit for 2 out of 3 of those games to lift the Storm to victory.
And we've discussed both these SAR varsity hockey team and the Frisch varsity hockey team previously on this podcast. They probably each have one of the best players in the league, and Jacqueline are for SAR and Pomerantz for Frisch. Really just incredible teams, and we're going to have to struggle through those. DRS, again, another good team. We know that team very well. Many championships throughout the past few years. Unfortunately, most did not go our way. We know that team's very familiar to us. And moving on to JV hockey. JV hockey has 2 tough tests before heading into the Hanukkah break. They're currently 4-0-1. 0-1, I apologize. They'll be visiting a Hafter team, which is surprisingly pesky, tied DRS previously and are 2-0-1. And they will have to face MTA. So maybe not as much of a challenge for MTA, but Hafter's going to be a big challenge. Sunday night, we encourage everyone to come. A little bit of a Sunday night game. Not sure if there'll be a biggest crowd.
Is the Sunday night football game a good game?
I honestly had no clue, but if not, all of you should come, especially you, Shimmy Burger. I know you'll be enjoying Thursday Night Football tonight. So any thoughts on how we can defeat this Hafter team?
Listen, I think Hafter tying the defending JV champs DRS was a statement that Hafter is going to be a very strong team this year. Hafter hockey at both levels are doing okay. Hafter varsity, I believe, are 6-0. And this Hafter JV team is also undefeated. So definitely can't take them lightly. They'll have a long trip, but at the same time, TBC JV is playing very good hockey right now between Noah Schwabel, Alan Rosner, Jack Solomon, David Allen. So hopefully we do get somewhat of a decent fan attendance, and we're able to improve that record to 5-0-0-1.
So if you want to wrap us off with some wrestling and ice hockey, but also I think if you want to talk about the Stormcast, always like going back on Max Live for the first time in a while. You obviously were very involved with Max Live.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. It was like I never left the camera. It was great, reliving old memories, being in the booth on the air, and then seeing an emphatic YU victory over the NYU Violets, who played for the Division III National Championship last year. So it was a lot of fun. I had a good time reminiscing. But now it's back to TBC Stormcast action. The wrestling team actually had a tri-meet here on Sunday night. They got to play various wrestlers. Guys got to, improve in their weight division. I believe next week they have a couple matches before Hanukkah. Ice hockey, unfortunately winless. We knew this was going to be a rebuild year. Aryeh Zikovitz, when he graduated, he took the team with him. So ice hockey having a little bit of growing pains. But hopefully varsity and JV hockey are hopefully able to make up for the shortcomings there.
Most definitely. So we have a big week heading into the Hanukkah break, right? Hanukkah break starts next Sunday. So we don't play, TBC did not play sports practice on Hanukkah. So we'll hopefully see you after Hanukkah, hopefully with some good news on this past week. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you all so much for watching. And have a good night. Let's go Storm.